Hi, Hotties. I'm here with Kristen.
Hi.
Welcome back. We're here talking about the Valley and Summer House. What a time to be alive.
We're so lucky.
We're so lucky.
Blessed.
Producer Ezra's here as well, always, but his mic is turned off right now. He's in timeout. So if you hear him, it might just be Fane in the background. Me baiting him.
Yeah, Speak, I dare you. Make us start over again. Producer Ezra.
He's not in timeout. He doesn't want a mic.
No.
I want him to be that producer that's like chiming in, and he's like, no, it's your podcast.
Oh, I mean, that's sweet. And he'll come on as a guest every now and then, so that's nice.
Yeah, he was on this week.
I know, I saw it. Last week?
Last week's.
Yeah.
Yeah, this week's, which will be last week's. Because right now, for whenever people are listening to this, it's Tuesday or Wednesday.
Right.
Tuesday or sometimes Thursdays.
It's just a podcasting machine. We're just getting it out there.
But time is weird because like right now, Easter's already happened.
Oh,
even though we've yet to experience Easter.
Right. Wow. So like this video is living in the future. That's cool.
Yeah, that's the fun part of like podcast. I'm feeling silly.
Yeah, me too.
I'm feeling silly because we have the Valley, we have Summer House, two incredible works of art. Let's just jump in.
Okay.
Because I love the Valley.
I'm so glad it's back.
You know what we actually jump in, you know how Housewives is like football and we have our home team?
Right.
I realized because I didn't connect with Beverly Hills this season, I'm no longer Beverly Hills. The Valley's our home team.
The Valley's, yeah, of course.
Like, literally our home team.
Yeah.
Down the street.
Every scene, I'm like, oh, I know exactly where they are.
They probably go to the same Trader Joe's as us.
I know.
I think about that. Like, Janet probably goes to the grocery store on her own. She probably goes to NoHo West or Toluca Lake.
Wow. If you ever bump into one of the house guests or Carson, please say hello.
Say hi. Be like, hey, we're neighbors.
Because we'll say hello.
Unless you're Jesse or Jax.
Yeah, no. Don't speak to me.
So the Valley really does open, though, with Jesse and Isabella, who's so cute.
She's adorable.
And he's like, she looks just like me, but she looks just like Michelle to me.
Yeah, he's a narcissist.
She like her little face and her eyes, Michelle.
She looks just like Michelle. She might act like Jesse because you're, according to Michelle, turning her into you.
And then Janet makes that very like disgusting comment about sucking the snot, her son's snot, without a filter. I was eating.
I'm never having kids.
That I literally gagged. I gagged, and she was like, "It's not that gross. It's my own kid." I was like, and look, I know we're probably going to have a lot of debates this season about Janet.
How are we feeling about Janet, Carson?
I like Janet.
I know you do.
I like Janet.
I know you do. Okay.
And I like Kristen, though, too. So it's going to be a hard season for me in the best way. It's going to be hard. Then we see Kristen and Luke. He's like, come on, Kristen, we got to work out. Babies, all that. And Kristen's over it. She's like, in the 70s, we could have babies all the time.
I told her to not drink too, and then I think in the episode we saw her have like 5 drinks.
I know. I saw her drinking more than anything. But you know what? She's pregnant now.
Yeah, no, I'm so happy for her.
I am very, very. What do you think she's going to name her baby girl? I've been thinking about it. Because a lot of people think it'll be like Mariposa because she's like obsessed with butterflies. But I'm like, Kristen, you're a white girl. Don't do it. I think she might do like Luna.
Oh, yeah. No, it's going to be something like.
Or like Stevie. Like Stevie Nicks.
It's going to be something like spiritual and witchy and very LA. Because she was in the. Wasn't she in the
Witches of WeHo? Of course. Yeah. You can still buy the wine. I was actually looking to buy it because I love Kristen Doty so much and want to support her financially any way I can. And I was going to buy the wines. For all 3 wines, guess how much?
All 3?
Yeah.
100?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
crazy. I guess, for like buying alcohol online.
Alcohol online, and it's 3 different wines. I can see it.
I know, but I'm like, what are these wines anyway?
Inflation.
Then we see Melissa and Jasmine, favorite couple in the Valley.
I hope we get more of them. I hope we like.
They're full time. Well, Jasmine's full time, and so is Zach. Melissa isn't.
They're cast members?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
They're
cool.
full time this
That's
season.
awesome.
I am very happy about that. Yeah. So hopefully we get to see a lot more of them because they got the production company in Bravo got a lot of feedback last season being like, hey, you made the only gay and single people part time.
Right. Bravo doesn't have a lot of gay representation, which is crazy.
No.
Like,
Not
there's
at all.
some, but like, it's weird. With Andy as the head of it, you would think there's a lot more.
Yeah. There's not. Although on that new Gen Z show,
Oh, yeah.
there's a trans girl on there.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
How did she get on the...
She's like a model.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's
I didn't know if it was like a friend of...
No,
like one of
she's
the
full
kids.
time.
No, I meant like I didn't know if she like knew one of the kids or something.
No, she's like a
previously.
Victoria's Secret model.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
So she's like her own like little Gen Z influencer. Then we see Nia and Danny at home. They give me a heart attack.
Why?
Their apartment or their condo.
Uh-huh.
It's a condo, not an apartment. On their podcast, they were like, we hate how people call an apartment. It's a condo, clearly. It's like, okay, I get it. You have a mortgage. I pay rent. Like, you're better than me. But it's so small with how many small children are in there. So that's why I get so overwhelmed in the fact that they're having another kid. I'm like,
Wait, is she pregnant again?
Yes.
Oh, she is pregnant again.
She's pregnant.
Oh,
her
I'm
and
on
Chris-
the socials, girl.
Her and Kristen are a week apart. They could be giving birth at the same time.
So did they move to Santa Clarita?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We don't know that on the Valley yet.
We don't
but,
know that
like,
on the Valley yet, but I
currently.
listened to their podcast and they're an escrow.
Oh, good. Okay.
I hope they move in there before she gives birth, though.
Right? That's no. I can't.
Can you imagine that?
No, I barely can live in my condo with
4 under
2
4.
cats.
4 under 4.
Too many.
Brittany and Jax are still separated. Things are not going well. So Jesse comes over to talk things through. And basically, Jax was mad that like Brittany sent a sexy video to this guy, Julian. Julian's kind of like not on the show, but within the friend group. Been in for about a month. Do you know how they all know him?
Lala.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lala hooked up with him.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, after show.
Mhm.
See, you watch after show, but not anything else. Jax is... So he like freaked out on her and flipped a coffee table, and Brittany's knee, she said, instantly turned black. So we saw them talk openly about domestic violence.
The way that he tried to defend it, and the way that he was like saying he just, saw red, and
Any other man would respond that way.
No, absolutely not. Not any emotionally mature man that knows how to regulate himself. And also,
Yeah.
I think he's just looking for things to make her look like the villain.
Oh, of course.
Because she even said on there, she was like, the timeline, we had stopped talking. Like,
I think that's why Jax went public with his cocaine addiction. Because he
to
knew
like have
Oh,
sympathy.
yeah. Yeah. So we're thinking, well, he was on coke. So like what? And like, I'm sorry, I've been around addicts my whole life. Like it doesn't cause domestic violence.
No.
It doesn't. Pissed me off. And him forcing, because now we know Cruz is autistic, him refusing to leave the house, forcing Brittany and Cruz, because we know Brittany's the only one that takes care of him, to go from house to house to house to house. Like, that can't be good for a child that has like sensory issues,
No. Get comfortable in one spot and then immediately have to move. Like, no, it's so messed up. And it's like, you're the one who is the problem. You need to leave.
He's such an asshole. So yeah, he's talking with Jesse, and Jesse kind of calls him out, but not at all, actually.
I think that Jesse's just saying what he thinks the fans want to hear.
Yeah.
Like, I think that his apology to Kristen and like that's how your son's going to treat women. Like, I think it's all for show. Like, it does not feel genuine to me.
Agreed.
And I don't know if that's going to get a lot of people angry, but I don't buy it.
I don't buy it either. So we're kind of going back and forth. Michelle and Brittany talking, Jesse and Jax, the Jays. Ugh. They're talking, going back and forth. I do find it interesting. Jax is not allowed to see Cruz alone.
I mean, I wouldn't allow it either.
Yeah, thank God. Michelle has a new boyfriend, Aaron. What do you think of Aaron?
I think he's adorable in those photos. She looks so happy. She literally looks like they look like best friends in their photos.
He owns a honey company.
Oh,
Yeah. They make like white honey,
okay.
which is somehow more organic and healthy.
Oh.
He's really in the health
Okay.
scene. Like he's like a health entrepreneur.
No, she looks super happy.
She does. Like I was like, oh my God. She was, I think people were like, oh, she's so frowny and like.
She was
last year-
miserable.
She was miserable. Jesse has a new girlfriend. Pretty much, she lives in Orange County. We're not seeing her so far.
I think he only has a girlfriend because Michelle has a boyfriend. I think it's like, let me show you what I can do.
Mhm.
Because he tells Jax, like, oh, I was hoeing around. But then I'm like, what am I doing? You are just trying to do anything to make her upset.
Oh, yeah. And then Janet and Brittany make a terrarium. So cute.
Okay, so I looked it up. I
Okay.
looked up a place. I tried to find the one that they went to, which it has to be around here.
Yeah.
But there's one that we need to go to. It's called Tansy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what's it say? It says, Tansy is a Black woman-owned and operated plant nursery and home goods store founded by Shauna Christian, an LA native.
Okay. We'll put it in the show comments.
Yeah, it's in Burbank. I think it's Toluca Lake. But
Okay.
the pictures, it's like the cutest little witchy Hufflepuff dream of plants, and just it looks so awesome.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've driven by it.
Yeah,
And I'm always like, it's so cute.
we have to go.
So while they're doing that, Jax calls Britt over and over and over while she's with Janet. Brittany's not taking the calls.
Good.
Ignored. Ignored. I love that she's having a white party. Kyle Richards.
She's gonna be successful enough to become like the Kyle Richards. And if there's a new, like, I want her to be on the Valley for a while, right? But in 10 years, she could be the new Kyle Richards of
She's the
Real Housewives.
glue. I mean, think of Brittany. She is the glue. She is the reason the Valley exists because everyone else hates Kristen and Jax.
Yeah.
Jax is spiraling because of this white party, though, and he's decided to have his own white party, which Janet says will be a party of him in shorts. Because, like,
He's such a man-child because it's like, if the attention's not on him, he's going to lose it.
I know. And he hates her having attention. Like, did you see Brittany talk about, like, a lot of the problems with their marriage came from Brittany having success outside of Jax? Like, her getting that Jenny Craig deal.
So gross.
I'm like, girl, it paid for your son.
Yeah, no, I don't understand why he hates her, but he hates that she's more popular than him because he feels like, I created you.
Mhm.
Like, he like feels like he has ownership to her as a person.
Yeah, and he did give her a platform in some ways, but
Sure.
if she was not likable or not Brittany,
Right.
she wouldn't have it. And her platform is just,
People
I'm
love
Brittany.
her. Well, and people are rooting for her to get away from him.
Okay, and I should have brought this up for our Bravo news, but while we're talking about Brittany, I saw that she did, because I'm always like wondering where she stands politically,
Mm.
you know, constantly, especially now. She did speak out about RFK, what he said about autistic people.
Good. Yeah.
So,
That's a positive.
positive thing.
Well, and here's the thing. I don't think she's racist. I don't think she's homophobic. I don't think she's any of those things.
Yeah, but they almost had that homophobic guy marry them at their wedding, remember?
Oh, shit. I forgot
And then
about
they had
that.
Lance Bass to apologize.
I forgot about that.
So I wouldn't look at Brittany for like political
No.
commentary, but I think there's a chance she might not be MAGA.
No, if she's Republican, she's Republican, but I don't think she's MAGA.
Okay, so then we see Zach and Nia get lunch. They're all scared of Jax. Same.
Yeah, terrified.
Kristen is mad that Janet went on a podcast, Gabbing with Gib. Shout out, big deal to get featured. That was a big feature
Yeah.
for the show. And I like that the Valley is just showing the podcast. They're not like, oh, a blogger, kind of like how Salt Lake City was doing. I'm like, just say
who it is. Give them the platform.
yeah. And they basically said Zach and Kristen didn't want Janet's baby to go full term. Zach says Janet doesn't want Brittany hanging out with Zach now.
I mean, him like saying, oh, maybe they're secret lesbian lovers, instead of just like taking accountability and being like, what I said was fucked up. And I
Mhm.
understand why they're mad. And I hope Brittany can come around. I've
Mhm.
apologized to Janet. Like, just own own your shit. If you got too drunk and made a mistake and it truly was a mistake and you didn't mean it, own it.
It sounds like from the after show, Zach might do this regularly when he's drunk.
What?
Like talk like this.
Talk. Yeah.
And I'm like, I think he needs to check himself, honestly, because I like Zach. And I've met Zach in person. He was super nice to me. Like, really, really like Zach. But he reminds me of so many of the misogynistic gay guys I've met in West Hollywood.
Well, you can't, like, talk shit about Jax, and not that, like, it's apples and oranges. I understand that. But, like, you can't talk shit about him using and being under the influence and being this horrible person, and then you turn around and do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's not right. And then to imply that Janet and Brittany are secret lesbian lovers just because Brittany's standing up for a woman and saying, what you said was wrong. I don't want to interact with you.
Especially as mothers.
Yeah.
And talking about someone's child.
Just own it. If you truly don't condone it and you don't think it's right, then say, I was wrong. I'm really sorry. When you're ready to have a conversation, I'm here. Like,
he messed up.
Yeah, big time.
So then Jesse has Kristen over. Jesse thinks Kristen said she was right about almost everything. I love Kristen, but man, she is terrible at reading men.
Constantly. Like, so I do like Luke. I do too. I think Luke's a good pick.
I do too.
So far, I haven't seen anything like red flag or crazy about him, other than like, you're together for a month and want to have a baby, but I understand there's a timeline.
Yeah.
So I think she did good with Luke, but girl, no, Jesse, stop.
No. And I would love Michelle and Kristen to like be friends.
Yeah.
I want to see the girls come together.
I'd rather it just be the girls standing up for each other. I mean, I would even like for Kristen to accept Janet's apology.
Yeah, I didn't like she didn't do that. So then we see Nia and Danny at lunch. Nia wants another baby. Danny wants a bigger house in Santa Clarita. And because I'm a good Bravo researcher, she's obviously pregnant and he's getting his house in Santa Clarita.
I think that that's fair, though, because in his defense, Santa Clarita's not that far. LA traffic makes it feel far. And I do get both sides, because she's scared that if they go out there and she has 4 under 4 and she's just a stay-at-home mom, that like no one comes and visits. But you have the money, you have the means. Like, it's not like you can't find time to make it to the valley, or people can't find time to make it to you. You're on a TV show. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah. And also just like the logistics. You have so many children.
Well, a backyard, like where your kids can like,
they don't have a yard right now. They're in a condo.
Yeah.
What do you think they're in, a 2-3 bedroom? Like,
oh, well, he said my son doesn't have his own room.
So do you think it's a 2-bedroom?
Maybe. Oh my God. Yeah, that's a lot of kids. But I do see her point of it. But
with pregnancy being so hard on her body, I get it. So if you're going to have another one, just do it now.
But a house out here versus Santa Clarita, that's probably like hundreds of thousands of dollars of difference.
I think it's at least, because you can't get a house in LA for under $1 million.
No.
You just can't.
And $1 million isn't going to get you a house that...
A 5-bedroom.
No.
That gets you a 2-bedroom.
At most. Yeah, maybe.
2-bedroom, 1 bath.
Yeah.
Like a tiny little place.
Yeah.
So, like, a 5-bedroom house is like $3 million in LA. So, I think they could get like that, like a 5-bedroom house, probably for like 1.5.
Yeah, and in LA,
and better school districts. Not have to go to private schools.
A backyard here is not existent either. Like, maybe in Encino, but like, those are going to be crazy expensive.
Yeah. So then Nia and Danny go to Jason and Janet's before the white party. They talk about the boys chat. Jax is having his own party.
There's no part of me that wants to see that boys chat.
No. And then we see them at the bar. And did you see Bert, Schwartz's brother there? I want a spinoff.
Bert looks so scared on camera, though. I don't...
No, he loves being on camera. I follow him on Instagram.
Oh, does he?
Oh, he loves it.
Oh, and when he's like sitting in the corner and Jack's like, give us a second, he just looks like he's like, I don't know what's going on.
So Bert has a new refound thing on life. He, I think he had cirrhosis of the liver.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And like almost died and didn't. all during Scandal.
Oh, man.
Schwartz was going through a lot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. But he's sober. He just moved out to LA. He's like living with Schwartz right now.
No, a spinoff would be awesome. I just
like a makeover show with the triplets.
I think they're so like Schwartz himself is an uncomfortable little puppy dog, but like I think his brothers are probably even more uncomfortable little
and I kind of like that. It's like Love on the Spectrum.
It is. Oh, yeah. No, I could be down for
a dating show where they get set up. Like Brittany is helping Bert and all the triplets find love.
Oh my God! Wait, I'm into it.
I love this idea.
I'm into it.
Oh my God, I should be a
producer.
Okay, so then Schwartz says to Jax, I talked to Brittany and she's scared and tells Jax he's at rock bottom. And I appreciate Schwartz for trying to say something, but he could have been a little
harsher,
a little tougher.
I don't think Schwartz can be a little tougher, but
he's trying his best.
He's saying, dude, this is wrong. I didn't know that you could get to this level, which I'm like, did everyone really not know that he could get to that level? Because I feel like we've seen it.
I think the violence is new.
Is it?
With women. The way I think the fighting and the manipulation, the verbal abuse isn't new.
Yeah, but that's where it starts.
That's where it starts. But I think the physical abuse is so in their face that they can't say it's not abuse. Yeah. They can't not say anything because we can people can say something's not mental abuse. Like they can talk their way around it.
The way he's spoken to her though through, I mean, how long have they been together?
Yeah.
The way he's spoken to her,
years.
like the writings on the wall. If someone will speak to you like that and put you down mentally when they can no longer put you down mentally and they see that you're stepping back from that, the next step is physically. Like it's scary.
And he says, well, Cruz was in the other room. You weren't thinking about where Cruz was at that point. So like what if Cruz was right behind Brittany?
No.
You know?
So gross.
So Janet wants to make out with Kristen, but not really Zach. I kind of get her point of view on that.
I do get it. But Kristen is having none of it.
No. So then everyone's walking in. Michelle looks so happy walking in. That smile.
She's smitten kitten right now.
But then she sees Jesse. And she's like, you spoil. Like she is kind of poking the bear when she's like, you spoil our kid. I'm like, I think he does, but not the time to bring it up, girly.
No.
And he freaks out. He's such an asshole. And then Janet, so she brings over, she's talking shit to Jasmine. And then
Kristen's talking.
Yeah, Kristen's talking shit about Janet to Jasmine. And Janet walks in on it. And she's like, hey, can we talk? I loved that.
The awkward where Kristen is staring directly at Jasmine. And she's like, hi. And looks over. I was like, oh, this is really uncomfortable.
So funny. So Kristen is reluctant because Janet did the podcast. Kristen says she feels manipulated and then doesn't like that Janet lumped her and Zach together, which I agree with her. But her being like, well, if you're trying to apologize, you shouldn't say anything about Zach. But I'm like,
that's why it was said is because you stood up or you've supported him.
Why doesn't she want to make up with Janet?
Honestly, storyline, but I don't know.
I think she wants to be the top bitch in the valley.
Yeah.
So they got battled out.
Yeah, she feels like it's her show.
And I think Janet's an equal partner. Because Kristen's not going to go after Nia.
No, for what?
Who does Nia get in that fight with?
I was just about to say the same thing.
Who would dare fight with Miss America?
Activates the Disney princess. I don't understand.
Are we going to see Nia yell at someone?
It's going to be so weird. I'm not going to.
Do you think Danny's going to be like, don't talk to my wife like that?
I hope so.
We got 4 under 4.
I'm stressed. I want to move to Santa Clarita.
So then Jesse's like, oh, I'm going to enroll our child in school in Orange County and I'm going to get full custody. And he's just saying that to.
Well, he admits it. They're like, did you say that just to get a rise? And he goes, 100%. What is wrong with you?
They jab each other. Jesse just
goes lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But I love this season of The Valley.
Me too.
I'm so excited. Alex Baskin said it's the craziest second season of television he's ever participated in.
Was it Kristen where she was like, last summer was bad. I had no idea this one could be worse. I'm like, what?
So good.
What?
Beep, 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 beep. We're interrupting your regularly scheduled recap for this Bravo news.
So Bose is partnering with Jimmy Fallon for this new unscripted marketing competition.
That's cool.
It's cool, but like, here's my thing. Is that why Bose was put on the show? Was this all just like a launch?
PR. Well, is she not going to be on next season?
She will, but I think it's like, they were like, maybe we'll elevate her as a character so the show will go.
Maybe, but like, unfortunately, she did connect with Dorit. Like, I think that friendship is real. And
I do too.
And I think that, like, I liked her as a housewife.
So Garcelle did unfollow the whole cast, including Sutton. The only people she's still following is Jen Fertility and Kathy Hilton.
Damn.
And the only one that unfollowed Garcelle is Erica.
Damn.
Erica was so ready to unfollow her.
Yeah.
We finally got a Real Housewives of Miami teaser. We've been on a long break. And everyone's like, where's Miami? Where's Miami? Where's Miami? Where's Miami? So we finally got like a teaser. Taylor's leaving Southern Charm.
Do you think she'll go on Southern Hospitality?
Yeah.
You do?
That's why I think she's leaving. And I think she'll maybe be like more like a guest.
Friend of type of deal.
Yeah, because she's not going to work at that restaurant.
Because she's like besties with TJ, right?
Mm-hmm. Her Gaston lives with TJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm so ready for Southern Hospitality to be back.
Me too. So Ciara and Jesse were both at Coachella weekend 1 and they met up. And I'm going to show you the photo, but Ezra, put it on screen. That doesn't look like friends.
No.
Like, woo, messy.
I saw a clip of Lexi on, I think it was like Reality or something like that. And they asked her, like, how does it feel? It seems like they're like kind of playing into this narrative that they have a thing. And I don't know, she looks really sad.
Yeah, she does. I feel bad for her. I'm going to send you that Glamour magazine of her too.
Yeah.
She's young. She'll find her way. And I made a TikTok about this a few weeks ago, but you wanted to bring it up. So I think we should shine a light that Bronwyn is the only housewife from Salt Lake City that has been protesting the ban of pride and trans flags. So we want to give shout out Bronwyn.
Props to Bronwyn. That's awesome. And I think that more ladies in Salt Lake City should be standing up for that. Like, you would think Meredith would be there, right?
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think Heather, Whitney, all of them
have
profit from the gay community.
Yeah.
So I hope to see more of them do more for the gay community 100%. And not just like keep donating money. I'm saying like showing up in that way.
Yeah.
Summer House. Okay, so we're talking season 9, episode 10, Flirting with Disaster.
I love it.
I love it too.
I love this season so much.
It's so good. So we're opening with Paige and Ciara's conversation. Paige is extremely anxious and she just doesn't know why. She feels like she has everything she's ever wanted.
It made me so sad.
I related to it so deeply.
Yeah. No, it made me really sad.
Yeah. And the conversation, you can tell they're real life friends.
Oh, yeah.
I love Ciara. I love her so much. They all go to the club to celebrate Lindsay's birthday, and most of the girls leave the club at 11. I was like, I would be with them. Let's go for 30 minutes, dance our hearts out, and then go home.
And then go home and crawl into bed. Go night-night.
And then they all FaceTime Lindsay from bed to say happy birthday.
It was really sweet.
So sweet. I love a pregnant Lindsay.
Me too. Do you think that Lindsay wishes that she was like part of the bedbug clique?
A little bit, but I also think there's like a distance there's always been. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of harder when she doesn't have like Gabby or Danielle. So there's always been kind of that distinction.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think she kind of, but she's older than them too.
That's true. And she's pregnant. I just like, I thought about it and I was like,
she probably wants to talk to her mans on the phone.
Yeah. I just was thinking like maybe she was like, oh, why am I not in there? Or like, why aren't they in here?
So Ciara and Paige are in bed and they're talking about the conversation about Craig. And they're like, oh, Craig is going to be so mad at us. And it's like,
I have a feeling that Craig can be scary off camera. Like, I know a lot of like Southern men that know how to like
Aquarius men.
Oh, that know how to like turn on that charm. And like, if he is running around saying he's sober, we've seen him drink on multiple different episodes of these shows while saying he's sober. It's just like, it's dangerous.
Yeah. No, it's so scary. And like, that's probably where all of her anxiety is brewing.
Because he's not living honestly.
No.
And she's supposed to just like hold up this facade. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. So then Lexi and Jess will stumble home and they get into a fight because Jesse says Lexi was flirting with West. He is literally projecting.
Yeah.
Literally. That's all that's happening.
Looking for something.
Projection. Emerald brings a girl back. Paige is extremely anxious, so she goes into Gabby's empty room to sleep, which shares a wall with Emerald. And so all Paige hears sex noises, and as Paige says, fake moans. Fakety fake moans. And then Kyle comes home at 5:30 a.m. Amanda's pissed. I would be pissed too.
I would be really mad. But again, I think she's pissed, but I think she's also just like over it. Like you can see that she's just like, I'm not even doing this anymore. She texted him one time, Kyle, it's 4 a.m. Where are you?
At least she's not calling like she used to.
Yeah. But the minute that someone stops caring, you should kind of be worried.
Yeah, Amanda used to say, I need to have a kid. We need to have a kid before I'm 30. We need to have a kid.
And now she's like,
because she's smart. Kyle and Wes, though, they can't open the door. And the very pregnant lady has to get up at 5:30 and let them in.
Lindsay had every right to go full mama bear freak out on them.
She should have.
She was so gracious, and she was just
So
like,
nice.
thanks. Like you could see.
You could see the Wes when he saw it was Lindsay, he was like, I'm sorry. And he was covering for him and Kyle because he knew Kyle was just like, you know.
Wes looked mortified.
He probably thought it would be Ciara or Carl. Lindsay.
He's lucky it wasn't Ciara because he would have gotten red for Phil.
Ciara would have shut the door. She really would have.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, Wes feels so bad, but at least he like stumbles up and he's like, sorry, Lindsay, goes to bed. Kyle, though, I love to see Kyle drunky. It's kind of something I like love on Summer House.
Well, because it's a staple.
Yeah, it's like I want to see the bed bugs in bed gossiping. I want to see Kyle drunk eating.
Just whatever he can find in the kitchen. It's the craziest thing.
So funny. And like he falls asleep in the living room. Amanda's pissed. She's just like, get up, go to bed. We have brunch.
He looks so scared. He looks like a scared little puppy of her.
He should be. So she's getting everything ready for the birthday brunch, which is adorable.
It looks really
super cute. Jesse's annoyed at Lexi for flirting, but like so annoying of him because it's like you're the one flirting, Jesse.
Yeah.
So Paige is pissed about Emerald bringing so many girls back. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, okay, I think he feels really, really bad. Like, I truly do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he, like, intended to make anyone uncomfortable, but I understand Paige's, like, I wouldn't want to hear it every night, especially if I was going through the relationship stuff that I was personally going through. I wouldn't want to hear my friends having sex every night.
Probably the smartest thing Jesse said in the episode was like, take an away game.
Yeah.
You know, every once in a while.
Jesse, though, like him being like, I at least got to know everybody before I brought somebody back. If it was this season and Lexi hadn't been in the house, Jesse would have been out hoeing it up.
Yeah.
And like, because he would have felt more comfortable. Emerald just feels comfortable talking about his sex life and like,
and he's not the one bringing up, they're all asking him.
Yeah,
they're asking him constantly.
I don't know, I get it. I get both sides of it because like
I would be annoyed too. I'm sex positive, but I would be annoyed
if I had to hear it
constantly. So I would say like not every weekend if possible, and just like be mindful of noise.
Roommates, yeah, like have fun.
When she's like, should I be quiet? And he's like, no, be as loud as you want. Be like,
yeah,
keep it down.
Keep it down.
And that can be hot too.
Yeah.
Like, keep it in. Don't say anything. Ooh, restriction.
Oh my God. Emerald. Emerald.
You know, Emerald and I have chatted quite a few times. I do love Emerald. He's a sweet, like he's a very kind person.
That's the thing. He seems like a good guy. So I don't think that he did it intentionally. I don't think he thought about it. Because
no,
he's just thinking that this is
he's a man.
It's a summer house crash pad.
Yeah.
Like,
And I didn't like how Paige was like, you need an STD check. It would have been like honestly serving better. She was like, could you not be so loud when I'm trying to have an anxiety attack? Thank you.
yeah.
Something
No,
snarkier, but more like to the point, not so slut shamey.
I know, but again,
But that's Paige.
well, and she's going through her own shit. She's
Yeah.
got so much other stuff on her mind. So like, I see it. I get it.
Amanda laughing though with the producer when he's like looking for the shoes. Like I kind of love that moment.
She's so cute.
And she's like,
Amanda's the cutest.
also her new confessional, just a white tee.
Stunning.
Gorgeous.
Stunning.
I love it when she just does a white tee, glasses, her little necklaces.
She's beautiful.
So beautiful. Amanda, if you ever want to leave Kyle, you could come be in a throuple with me and Ezra.
Or I'm single. Just saying.
Just saying. Yeah, that's probably more appealing.
Yeah.
Okay. No offense, producer Ezra. You're great, but you're still a man. Ciara is so hot when she's just like laying out on that chair with
Underboob.
underboob
We
rolled up,
love
like
an
feeling the sun.
Love an underboob moment.
She is so
Love it.
gorgeous. So Carl says Lindsay approached him and said something nice about his brother the night before. I love that. I want them to be friends.
That was a
Don't
really
you
sweet
see
moment.
how they could be friends again?
I do.
I think there's a world where Emerald and Lexi, I don't know if they'll come back next season, but I say keep the same cast. Keep it going. Did you hear my...
Wait, you don't think Emerald and Lexi are coming back next season?
I don't think Lexi will be back. I don't think she's bonding enough with the cast. We'll see with Emerald.
Yeah.
But I say I still want Carl. I still want Kyle. I still want Amanda. I still want Paige. Like, I think Lindsay, we have her there part-time where she's at all the cast events, but she has another house down the street that has a nanny.
Yeah. No, I could see it.
Because I still want Lindsay involved.
No.
Unless she moves to Roni.
I was about to say, put Lindsay on Roni.
I
I'm
know.
so team Lindsay on Roni.
I love... Look, as long as I have Lindsay on my TV,
Right.
that's all I care about,
That's
Bravo.
Don't take her away
Don't
from
take
us. Yeah, 100%.
I love her so much.
No, I think her being on Roni would make so much more sense.
Carl and Ciara then agree to go to Montauk together. Why am I shipping them as a couple?
The way that he was like, well, I guess this is later, but when he was like, are you driving or am I? And she's like, oh, you're driving.
You're driving.
And I was like, I love
Hot.
I
hot.
love him.
So Ciara's also annoyed at Emerald and approaches him about why it annoyed her. I liked how Ciara went about it. It was more of a read.
Well, I think Ciara also, too, was completely
It was to help Paige.
defending Paige because she knows what Paige is going through more than anyone in the house.
Mhm.
So she's like, you pissed my girl off? I'm fucking pissed
Mhm.
off. And I was like, we love a girl's girl.
No, for real. Jesse thinks Emerald should just focus on building relationships with everyone in the house.
Again,
I don't really agree with that, but
if
whatever.
Lexi hadn't been there, you would have been hoeing it up.
Emerald says a big reason he's like going so hard right now in his life is because he spent so much of his life living undocumented. So he's like, I'm coming out of the shadows and I'm free.
Yeah, and he's doing what some taken men do, but he's honest about it.
He's doing what literally every man on Bravo does.
Yeah.
But just like not lying,
Yeah.
just being honest.
And saying, like, I don't want a relationship. That's not what I'm looking for. Like,
Also, I like that I said he uses condoms because I feel like so many people, when you get older, are like, fuck condoms. And I'm like, if you're polyamorous, it's the safest.
Yeah.
Use condoms.
condom.
Insert future condom ad here. Any condom companies want to reach out to me. I'm a big advocate.
Yeah.
Love condoms.
We love having safe and smart sex.
Yeah. So Ciara talks to Paige and she's like, I feel your anxiety. And Paige cries and cries. And they like talk the Emerald thing. It's not about Emerald.
Ciara doesn't give a fuck. I really don't think that she cares because I don't think she heard it. It is 100% solely for Paige.
Paige says she's scared Craig will label her as a bitch.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think that there's things that we haven't seen from Craig.
Yeah.
I don't know why I get that feeling, but it sucks because he's not Bravo's sweetheart to me. Like, I don't
Not anymore.
find him. Well, I've never found him that way, but I also binged Southern Charm differently than you. I didn't watch it as the seasons came out.
Yeah.
I binged it and I was like, this guy's constantly lying.
Look, you know, sometimes when you don't like a guy, but like a girl likes him, so you're like okay with him hanging around your friends and stuff. And
Yeah.
then slowly you're like, oh, he's kind of blah, blah. Paige was that for Craig,
Yeah.
you know, but to the Bravo audience. But Paige kind of like feels like a bad person because her relationship isn't her like number one thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's because Paige never thought her career would be this big. I don't think she ever thought that for herself.
No.
So I see both sides of it, but I do feel like Craig is also an entrepreneur. So I feel like there should be that side of him that's excited for her. Paige perfectly predicts the misogynistic backlash that would happen with a breakup. I think Paige might be a little psychic.
Oh, she's a Scorpio, isn't she?
Yeah.
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 Scorpios are psychic.
Because she like also, remember last season on Summer House, she was like, Lindsay, in a year you could be married and pregnant.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's if she tapped in, that Scorpio energy's intense.
Yeah. Ciara then reminds Paige of her success and how she is successful because she's Paige, not Paige and Craig. Birthday brunch is adorable. Good job, Amanda. So cute. Producers asked Lindsay about her timeline. If she's where she thought she'd be at 38. Laughs so hard.
Her laugh was my favorite part of the whole episode. I literally rewound it like 3 or 4 times.
Just watched it over and over
Because
again.
it's so relatable. She's like, what? She laughs and she goes, what? It's so good.
I do feel bad. They're always going to flash back to that timeline. Baby, you gave them gold. Gold.
But the fact that she giggles and goes, oh, I was so young and naive and like, yeah.
I mean, she knows. Then the boys asked Lindsay about next summer and she's like, none of you are babysitting. I do not trust you with my baby.
Right.
Like, no. And then Paige brings her back down.
Oh my God, that was the second favorite part of the episode when Wes was like, you should have just thrown it over the railing onto my head, babe. He looked like he was in so much pain.
Well, he was so drunk. I don't think we've ever seen Wes that drunk. Like, he was gone. The way he was vomiting and Jesse was like,
oh my God, that was so funny to me.
So then Jesse says, I love you all the time, but just not in front of anyone.
I'm telling you, like, watching that back, the love bombing, like, look out for those signs. I beg you, babies. It is.
I know. I just saw my younger self. And it's
oh my God, me too.
When I was like 25, if a guy, or I guess, yeah, 25, I was single. When a guy did that to me, I was just like so excited.
Right. No, well,
I was like, oh, he realized, like, I'm like, everyone sees how great I am. He doesn't need all this time to learn how great I am. He just gets it.
And it makes it easier to like ignore the red flags, toegate, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like when someone love bombs you that hard and then the red flags come, you're like, well, but they've shown how much they love me from the beginning. And it's just like, I saw myself in that moment where it's like, oh, I'm not paying attention to these red flags. I'm so enamored with this 6'7" man that's in front of me.
I mean,
like,
he's hot. Like,
yeah, no, I get it.
He's gorgeous.
But it's one of those things where everything inside your body is telling you that it's wrong. And I know it's happening for Lexi too, but she doesn't want to believe it.
Yeah. And I think also she is naive.
Yeah.
Like, for sure naive. And she wanted to like not believe it. But I do think there's a part of her that does have boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
And she's also like, I think 26, so 27 now.
Yeah.
I think this is her really learning that, you know?
Yeah.
Which
Well,
we
'cause
all
it's-
got to learn it. And that's around the age, like, it's your mid-20s. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's when you have to decide because you're not shouldn't be as naive anymore.
Yep.
So Lexi lives with her mom and her sister. I'm so over these scenes with the three of them.
Why?
We're not getting scenes every episode with Carl and his mom. I'm not seeing Paige. Like, it's just a lot. Like, I would rather see like the actual. I want to see her with like
The cast.
Gabby.
Yeah.
Like, who are they? Cast members? Like, we're just getting a lot of them.
Yeah, that's true.
So Jesse gets the gang to volunteer for this nonprofit for cancer patients. Everyone serves them food. They connect with everyone. Very good. Jesse
Really
Solomon. He knew he had to balance, you know, all of his behavior.
Well, I mean, I do think it's something that's important to him.
Yeah, I do.
For sure. But it did feel very staged for Bravo.
Yeah. Carl finally slept with someone.
We love it.
And he tells Ciara, she's so
she
excited.
looks so happy for him, but I'm like, I wish it was Ciara.
And then she says something to Jesse and goes, ha ha. And he goes, do not touch me.
Enough with the touching.
Enough with the touching, Ciara. And he's like, I got yelled at.
She looks so confused. She goes, sorry. wait, really? Like, her reaction to that, I was like, girl.
I know. Carl and Wes.
Oh my God, dads. They were little dads with their phone.
Adorable.
It was really sweet. They were like, our boy Jesse's up there.
I think they really, that's a real friendship.
No,
the
I do
boys.
too.
They really do love each other. Gabby was there, but treated like a background character.
Yeah.
They didn't highlight her there. I was just like, oh, there's Gabby sitting there with Lindsay.
She got the one weird line of like, are you checking Lexi constantly? And I was like, okay.
What? Yeah, weird. So then we see the girls at lunch. They're coming home a tiresome day of being, stay at home feline parents.
We know what that's like.
So hard.
It is.
So
That's
hard.
So us coded to
Yeah.
talk about our cats like our kids.
Dude, like those like carriages they have for like babies, like a bassinet?
Yeah.
I want to get one for the cats.
Oh, I want a stroller, but I don't know if my cats don't like to leave the Shire.
I think Ducky would love a little bassinet that I can rock her in. And then also I'm thinking sleep-wise, she wants to be in the same room,
You
some
put her-
distance.
Yeah, that's sweet.
I could rock her in it, rock her to sleep. Ciara tells the girls what happened with Jesse. They're like, what? It's crazy.
I just love that Ciara's like, you want to fuck around and find out? Like, I won't look at you. I won't speak to you. Like, go on. Okay.
I'm excited to see the next episode.
But what's up with the Instagram photos then? Because like, if you were so pissed off at that, like, how did we get
And
here?
you saw how Lexi said that her birthday, like, the whole cast showed up but Ciara and Jesse, and they went out.
hung out.
They went out to dinner.
So are they together?
I
Or
don't know.
is it just a tease?
Ciara.
No, she's so much better than
She's
that.
so much better.
So much better.
She could get a really hot
Carl. Go for Carl.
Carl. If you're going to go for a guy on the show, go for Carl.
Carl.
Don't go for Jesse Solomon.
No.
Anyways, this was a great episode.
This was so much fun.
Follow us on all social media. And we'll see you next week for book club. We are reading He's Making You Crazy by Kristen Doty.
Ooh.
Bye.
Bye.